right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was love at first sight. I knew from the way she looked at me. What's the next part?
I don't remember. I was gonna go to Unhappily Married with
Yeah.
Children. I'm like, but that's not it. Yeah.
We just skipping over
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of the
but-
song.
Right.
From the way she looked at me.
Even though, is that it?
No.
I love
Her
her.
eyes said it all.
No,
No,
that's
what
later
the
on.
fuck?
Wow, we are gonna
Whatever.
have to.
She chose to stay. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blaze.
What's up, y'all? First of all, hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
Sleepy? Oh,
Sleepy,
yeah. Rick is sleepy because Nikki Blades and Ricky Shucks went on a date last night. Wow. What the heck?
Can't keep that going too long. It was not a date.
No, we went to the Clippers game last night.
Yeah, it was cool. Got to see the Clippers lose really bad for a change. That was my motivation.
Not just
for
the
going.
Lakers, yeah. Yeah, Blades hit the group chat, which is like, hey, I got an extra ticket to the game tonight.
Yeah.
So,
And,
Anybody want to go with me?
so I was like, I'm down right away, right? Because here's the thing, and I haven't told you this because I wanted to say it here.
Okay.
When you come to LA or when you're in LA, if you say the game, you're talking about the Lakers. Clippers are not the game. So I assume I was like, Lakers play tonight? Shit, let's go. So then I looked up the schedule. I was like, nah, we don't play the.
I forgot you guys have two. I forget that all the time
Yeah.
because we only have one up our way.
it's so funny because, I mean, and it's not your fault.
Oh no,
Yeah.
totally. You can clearly tell there's a difference,
Yeah.
like where I live. Because if I say the game, we all know there's only the Warriors.
Right,
That's it.
right.
Exactly.
And so, like, when you, I also assumed when you said to the game tonight, I was like, oh, Lakers game. Shit. Well, I knew I couldn't make it. So, yeah, like, Rick,
Yeah.
go do your thing. And then Rick texted me like 20 minutes later, she's talking about the fucking Clippers.
Like, shit, I already said yes.
Yeah, because I'm looking, I'm like, bro, there's no game today. And the next game is in New Orleans. Like, what is she talking
bad.
about?
That's
So I was
my
like,
fault. Oh, I'm
checked the
sorry.
Clippers
I
schedule. I was
tricked
like,
you. That's how
Mother-
that's how I got you to go out with me. I had to swindle you. into
But
going
no,
out
as
with
soon
me.
as I saw they were playing the Sixers, I was like, oh, they could lose this. All right, I would like to see them lose.
Right on the way to the game, I was like, yeah, it sucks to be a Lakers fan sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny because there was a period in my life where I was a super Clippers over Lakers guy, like junior high to early high school.
Griffin, when who was on the
It
team?
was even before that. It was when, what was
Darius Miles.
Yes,
There
when
was-
Miles was on the team. I was such a Clippers fan. And then that eventually just stopped, you know what I'm saying? But so Rick, he wanted to go. He's like, yeah, I'd love to see the Clippers lose. But if I was free, I would have loved to go into a Clippers game.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I have friends out here, but realistically, I don't know. I mean, they go to games, but they're not going to games for the same reason that we're going to the game to actually watch the game.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just hit up the guys. It's the easiest.
It was also interesting because I was like, oh, this is the first time Blades and Rick gonna kick it without me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I hit Rick. I was like, was it like when Elaine and George kicked it out Jerry for the first time and it was mad awkward?
Not awkward. We definitely talked a lot of shit
About me?
you, though.
That's what they did on the episode. On Seinfeld, their only way to like really have any conversation
is
was to
to-
talk about Jerry.
No, it was a good time though. It was good. It's nice.
I mean, we are all a group of chill individuals.
Yeah.
That's why people enjoy listening.
Yeah.
And that's why there's no problems getting along.
Well, one of the best parts about going out with Rick is that we're cool. He's not a hater, but also can be my boyfriend when I need him to save me from somebody trying to steal me.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a lot of looky-loos.
Of course.
A lot of looky-loos.
Of course.
I was like, Rick, give me your arm. I'll be like, this is my man. Don't you see me on my man right now? Stop looking at me,
I was
sir.
like, girl, what you talking about?
It's like,
He was looking at
ew.
me. What you talking
Get
about?
off of me.
It's not helping at all.
It was really funny watching everybody do the like, as couples walking
Yeah.
and then catching the guy like look back
Mhm.
and then you're looking at them and then you're making eye contact with them and we're like, you're not supposed to be looking at me right now. And Rick and I are laughing.
There was definitely one girl, Asian girl. She saw Nikki, and I know that girl. And she looked aside and saw me and was like,
Imagine if y'all were courtside all the
yeah.
God.
Yeah. There was a couple girls when I was sitting next to Rick. I was like, she's dressed nice. We're both looking at each other like, what are who are you here for? And not just that, there's like certain outfits. There's like levels to the outfits. You can tell somebody who's like, I see you, girl. You look quite lovely.
That's you ain't watching this game.
Right. You're at this game to see who's watching your person play right now. Of course. It was like that.
That's so funny because did we talk about this before when BB Go hooked me up with those courtside tickets?
No.
Okay, so shout out to BB Go.
Yeah, shout out to BB. Hello. Hello.
Well, first of all,
they only sponsor the Lakers.
So?
Not Clippers.
So that's
not Clippers or Warriors.
I don't care.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, on that same tip, before we even get into that, because they were, I had seen them hook up other people with courtside tickets, right? So I was in the comments, I was like, yo, man, who at BB Go do I gotta do sexual favors to get some damn courtside tickets? And finally, somebody
said me. Somebody said, I am the one you must.
Yes. Finally, I got a dick pic from BB Go.
Hey. This what you gotta shine right here, my boy.
Tim's over here like, okay.
Like, all right,
I really want to sit courtside.
But so finally someone reached out and hooked that up, and also other funny shit leading up to it. You know, I hit Chia and I was like, first of all, like, I got to invite Chia, right? I was like, babe, you courtside tickets. What's up? You trying to go? She was like, because we got Veda on this routine, you know what I'm saying? Where we get her to bed by 7, we start getting her ready around 6, and we don't really have anybody that knows the routine like that. You know, even if we were to have somebody come help, it's like when it's nighttime like that, it's like we want the consistent routine of it, right? So Chia's like, she's like, I can't. We got to put Veda to sleep, blah, blah, blah. She's like, you just, take Rick. Like Rick loves the Lakers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, I will take Rick, okay? So.
Thanks, Veda.
Yeah, right? So I hit Rick. Rick's hyped to go, of course. And then we find out. So Chia's parents were coming to town for like a month, right? Mm-hmm. They were supposed to leave a week before I was going to the Laker game. But then they ended up staying another week, like a longer trip. So they actually ended up leaving the day that we went to the game. Oh. So then her dad's birthday was that weekend. Oh, so Chia's like, man, he would love, if he just stayed another day, he could go to the game. I was like, baby, no. I have already extended the invite to my friend who loves the Lakers. You do not understand how excited Rick is about this shit.
I was so hyped. Like, look, Chia's dad's cool, right? I like him. I would have fought you, homie. With a fist of cuffs in the front yard.
Yeah, put him up. He's a good dude, and he loves anything basketball too. But I'm like, baby, there's no way. I will not rescind that invite.
Damn.
But yeah, so we ended up going.
Would you ever give court seat to the Raptors or something?
There you go.
Sure. But yes, what a blessing. I got to go to my first ever courtside game.
That's amazing.
That
is ridiculous.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it's
something
an experience.
I've never experienced before. I had no idea. So here's what's funny, right? Oh man, I felt so fucking new money, brand new back there. Cause so we go to a little lounge, which I'd never been there before, right? And and I'm in there and I'm like, and I see the spread of food, and I'm like, how much?
Oh my God, yeah.
They're like, oh, it's free. I'm like, oh, awesome. I go to the bar, I order a drink, and I'm like, okay. So he's like, oh no, it's an open bar. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
And at your seats too.
Yeah. What a
They
shock.
come, they take your order.
Mm-hmm.
And it's included in the ticket.
Yeah, I've never done courtside at the state. It is weird calling it crypto, the crypto, but Staples Center.
This is the Staples
Center.
Center.
Yeah, the Staples Center. I've never done courtside there, but I did it at the Nets game.
Mm-hmm.
At Madison Square. That was dope. And then in Indiana, it was like random. It was like forever ago. But courtside experience is next level. But what is up with these little ass chairs? Like the seats are so small.
I was comfortable.
You're a little person.
No, so the courtside seats is a little wider than the regular seats at Staples. In the regular seats, it's kind of it's damn near airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, like
and
that?
not JetBlue.
Oh, word, you're right. You're right.
Well, speaking of seats, Rick and I have our seats last night. And there's about 2 seats open. But as we were walking up to our seats, there was other people sitting in them. We're like, excuse me, these are our seats. They're like, oh, okay. That was the spot where a lot of people would just like, oh, if I can sneak into these seats, I'm going to sit in them. Well, we go get a drink and come back. And we're standing, getting ready to sit down. And about 4 or 5, I would say like teens.
Okay.
Maybe 20-something-year-olds. Okay. Kind of like cut in front of us to go into our aisle. And I'm like, excuse you. Yeah. 1. And then 2, we're watching them go in seats that are not theirs.
Yeah.
And then attempted to plop one ass in my seat. I said,
Yeah.
So fast.
And look at me. I was like, don't sit there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The girl was so scared.
Because it was not just like, oh, I'm sorry. It was like, hey.
Well, no, before her, because it was 2 dudes.
With the glasses. The one with the glasses.
And then a dude and a girl. They all came. And the first 2 dudes tried to sit there.
In your seats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we both like, just noise. So they immediately fucking climbed down to the seats in front of them. Like, what the fuck was that? Then the other 2 come and try to do basically the same shit. It's like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So they scoot over because it was 2 more seats. So now we sitting with these seat stealers.
And then I was like, man, I need to throw away my nachos because I got my nachos. And Rick has to stand up to let me out. And I was like, hey, don't sit in my seat. They were like,
oh my God.
But within maybe 5 minutes, phone call, another girl comes down and is looking at the aisle like, where am I supposed to sit?
And they're like, find one over there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And we're like,
shitheads.
Man, you know, you don't want to be here. You look at the guy who's supposed to be monitoring these things, and we're like, man, we ain't gonna say nothing to you, but you know, you see what's happening right now.
It was some lady, and she was paying attention to everything because, like, we got up, we said that shit. Well, before she got up, I was like, don't let nobody take my seat. And she got up, she's like, yeah, don't sit here. When we come back, the lady's like, they're open, I swear. They're open. I was like, why you ain't doing your job?
It's like, I get it, right? So anytime a seat would become open, so they go and they fill in the seats that are next to these 2 guys that are directly in front of us. Yeah. One of the guys gets up. Tell me why. They watch the dude get up, and the friend that's sitting there looks at them like, no, come on, you don't try to steal the seat. They were going to steal the seat.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
And these dudes were just getting up to pee or get snacks?
Getting up to get a drink.
Because I've seen that hustle before. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
I mean, I've done it.
Right. When you see some empty seats.
But not that many people. They mobbed with a group of like 5 people and had backup. Like the girl came down because she was sending a text message like, yo, another spot opened up.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I wonder how close you can get with that.
They got pretty
ended
close.
Up getting they like 4 rows lower.
But they were like hopping. They were hopping aisles. And you don't want to, there's that part where you're like, man, I'm not trying to be a hater because we know what you're doing. But at the same time, it gets real annoying.
Oh, for sure.
When they look at you like you're doing something wrong. We're like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, because we were so nice. Because what happened was people were coming out of the aisle, right? So we were up. And then when they came out, these people came around, like basically like, oh, wait, we got to get in there. So we're like, oh yeah, get to your shit. Right. And then try to sit in ours, like, get the fuck out of here.
So they be trying to snatch up seats mid when people were trying to pee and get like that's so stupid.
Yes.
Like they're gonna come back, or they're probably gonna come back. For them, it's just like, hey, if you come back, we'll just move.
And you can see everybody around in the seats next to us, and it's this like. Because you're this close. You're like 1 vodka soda or 1 beer away from saying something. Yeah. It was like, okay, I had 2 in me to be like, hey, if I had 1 more, it would have been like, if you fucking look at me.
I would have had to hold her back.
Yes. Because I got mad because the guy cut right in front of me and I was like, excuse you. Then when they sat down, I was like, oh no, this is what they're doing.
So I've been doing a new thing. Tell me if this is lazy or genius.
Okay.
So life is getting busier.
Mhm.
Got a lot more errands to run. I'm ripping around. I'm having meetings and things like that. But I also be hungry, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes when I'm already out and I'm on the way home, I go on DoorDash and order stuff to get delivered to me before I get there.
Genius.
We've all done that.
Oh, so smart.
And lazy.
Oh, I love it.
It's both, right?
That is efficient, not
Jay-Z.
lazy.
We'll call it Jay-Z. That's what we'll call it right there. But yeah, man. And not only can you get stuff from your favorite restaurants on DoorDash, you can also get like groceries and household essentials now.
Mm-hmm.
Dog food too.
Dog food.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to carry a giant bag of dog food?
Not me.
When you can just have it delivered to your door.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Onyx.
You will have to start carrying your own dog food, Onyx. Ordering is super easy.
Yeah.
You just get on the app, you search for what you want, you put it in your cart, and you buy it.
Oh, love it.
And like I keep saying, it gets delivered right to your door.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to leave the house. You don't have to put pants on.
Never.
Don't nobody like pants.
I always order naked.
Exactly. So that.
Sorry.
So if you like Nikki Blades, take your clothes off and go to DoorDash.
Take your clothes off specifically to order.
Yeah, no, that's what it sounds like. I always order naked. And for a limited time for our listeners, you can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code NOCHASER.
Mhm.
That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code
No chaser.
Don't forget, that's code
No chaser.
for 25% off your first order with DoorDash, subject to change, terms apply.
I don't know about y'all. Well, I know definitely Tim. Life has gotten super busy lately.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I wake up really early every day, and having to think about what I'm going to eat is probably one of the most annoying things throughout my day. I know I'm not going to be able to have access to everything that I want because I'm trying to cut back on meat during the week. But with Daily Harvest, honestly, it takes so much thought out of my day because it's delivered, my freezer is packed, and all the things that I actually need to feel healthy and good about myself, I have right there at my fingertips. So I take one of my favorite things are these bites that they have, and I have to give you the exact one. It's the avocado vanilla bean bites.
Ooh.
These things keep me full. My sweet tooth is satisfied. And I love that I never have to think about it. Plus, when I put my orders in, it's just right there. I love it, especially with this this schedule is terrible. And if you have a busy schedule and thinking about what you're going to eat when you're trying to be healthy is a problem for you, Daily Harvest is going to solve that problem. So avoid the takeout temptation and get Daily Harvest. Go to dailyharvest.com/NoChaser to get up to $40 off your first box.
Wow.
Yeah, that's dailyharvest.com/NoChaser for up to $40 off your first box. So one more time, dailyharvest.com/NoChaser and get $40 off your first box.
Wow.
$40.
How old do you think these kids were?
20 something.
Oh.
They were 20.
22 at the most.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
like 19.
And that's why, like, you can see certain things are like, okay, we get it. But at the same time, when they called the homie to come down, and then she's standing clearly in the aisle, looking at them like, which seat is open?
What do I do? I thought it was a seat.
And then you have
and then they went to the other side.
Then you got the nice people sitting there like, oh no, they're doing it to us
crazy.
now.
And this is how bold the late people were. They said, "Is anybody sitting there?" to the people next to it, like, what? That's not how this works.
Wow.
Yeah, they were ruthless.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, did y'all have fun?
Yeah.
Until then, you ruined my night, kid. No.
Got my nachos and cheese and then gummy bears and my drinks. I have certain snacks at certain events.
Okay.
Basketball games, nachos with jalapenos. Not the melted cheese, not the real cheese. I want the yellow gas station cheese.
The best.
Yes.
I love it.
And Rick was like, 2.
Yeah.
So he let me have extra cheese. He let me have extra cheese.
You know what I'm saying?
You
got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So hold on, wait. So he let me get extra cheese, right? And then he gets 2 bags of gummy bears. I was like, wow, you really want a lot of gummy bears? And he was like, nah, one's for you. I was like,
oh, damn.
But that was because I don't like to share.
But in the moment, I was like, oh my God.
It's like, this is a date for real.
Wow. It's like, oh, Rick, you like me?
Imagine a girl genuinely getting impressed by that. Girl, 2 cups of cheese. I didn't even have to ask.
Nope.
And I had my own gummy bears.
Oh my God. Oh, speaking of happy misconceptions at basketball games. So, when we went to that Laker game, and we were chilling in the lounge, some different like actually famous people came in, right? And so fucking, of course, and I don't want to be that dude asking pictures and shit. Like I just hate being that dude. But then like Saweetie came in, and I've worked with Saweetie on multiple occasions. So I was like, okay, cool. And I was about to like say what's up, but then like Rick, you said as soon as you
all
right.
So as soon as she came in, right, and y'all know I enjoy me some Saweetie. She walked in, and like something just told me turn around. I turn around, and we make eye contact. And she gave me the nigga, don't you try to talk to me face so quick. I was like, I didn't even realize who she was. And then I realized, and she like gave me that face and turned away. So she never saw him. She just walked right past. I was like, damn, I wasn't it. Damn.
Now I'm like, damn, I want to say what's up to my kind of friend, but I don't want to feel like a groupie, right? So then I'm like, but she's way on the other side of the food, like fucking taking a picture with Mike Tyson and shit. So I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, Rick, I'm gonna go grab some gummy bears. Be right back. I'm gonna grab some gummy bears. So I go over there to try and talk to her, but she was like past the gummy bears. So I walk back just with some gummy bears. I'm like, I didn't get far enough. I eat my fucking gummy bears. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try again. So I go to the bathroom, which is definitely past where she's at. She's talking to somebody, but as I'm going to the bathroom, I was like, hey, friend. And she was gonna give me the turnaround like who the fuck is this? But I'm gonna be nice. And she was like, hey. And she's hey. I was like, okay, cool. So we said, what's up? That was it. I let her do her thing. That was it, right? And then she sat in her seat at the game. And then at the end of the game, I say all this to say this. At the end of the game, as she was leaving with the people she came with, I'm still sitting there. She was leaving because Lakers got blown out. It was crazy. It's terrible.
So bad.
Yeah, so bad. But so she stopped. And she was like, all right, I'm gonna say bye. I forgot what she said. Like, I'm gonna see you again. Whatever the fuck she said, right? But she stopped to say what's up, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool, blah blah, good to see you. And then she left, but in my head, I'm like, that looks so cool to whoever.
she stepped over. We were a little so she had to step over. And she's standing right in front of me, and her hips was saying, nigga, don't you try to talk to me. I said, God damn. Right.
Rick's sitting there with his head down like,
God,
in my head, I'm like,
hi, sweet.
Yeah. So I'm like,
it was nice to meet you.
I'm going to see you next time, my friend.
And I was like this. Yeah. Thanks for saying what's up.
Tim did her like this. No, what are you saying?
Wait, what? What? Yeah. Okay.
Nah, but it was because I was like, I know there's people watching her leave.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so cool.
It's such a weird. When we were just standing around at one point, and I'm like, I feel like we're making eye contact with some people because we're all trying to figure out who is who, and we've probably talked to each other on Instagram before, and now it's real life, and you're like, is that you? No, don't. Do we say hi? Do I say hi to you? Do I not say hi to you?
Get breaks.
Right. I was like, you look familiar.
Yes.
That's an weird.
So that happens a lot
experience.
out here.
Yeah.
Because when you end up at these events with a lot of Instagram people, and people who you've been following but you've never talked to,
right?
You're like, what is do we hug? Do we say?
It's just like a long look at each other, and then you're like, who's writing who when we get home?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Back, hey, I think I saw you tonight.
That you? You're a lot shorter in person. I didn't know if that was you or not.
The worst is when you have that relationship with somebody, quote unquote, and then, like, I'm gonna tell you guys this. One time I was in Vegas. It was this girl I used to follow, just tatted up Asian girl. We followed each other for a minute, and then I don't even remember what her name was, but I think it was May or some shit. Maybe it was, I forget. But anyways, she was walking by at this casino in Vegas. I'm like, hey, yo, May, what's good? Because we followed each other. We liked each other's shit, right?
Yeah.
She was like, hey. I'm like,
I know.
Then I don't want to be like, we follow each other.
Yeah, bro.
So awkward.
I will know for sure this is the person. I ain't saying shit just because of that right there. Like, either you gonna say something to me or we just go act like we gonna see each other.
God.
Tiana Taylor follows me on Instagram. And if I ever see her out in public, I don't know if I'm supposed to say hi. I want to.
She gave me that look before too. But this one was my fault. We was at Coachella. And we was like in the back, the little VIP lounge area, like where the food and the bathrooms was. And this is before I had my laser eye surgery. I didn't have contacts on because it was dry. I didn't have glasses on. So I'm doing this. Like, is that? And then once I got squinty enough to realize it is her, she was like, I was like, oh shit. Because she could see me fine, but I couldn't see her. So I didn't realize she was watching me.
Watch
fucking,
her.
Yeah.
Like how you did Wayne Brady.
I did that to Wayne Brady?
Or no, Randall Park.
Randall Park. Yes.
Yeah, me and Wolf Tyler have walked by each other like 3 different times at different events because like we have followed each other at certain points, but I'm like, we don't be interacting enough for me to say hi.
That social media is so weird because there's a point in time where you don't follow anybody, right? Like you don't follow anybody. You're super exclusive with your follows, and then you feel like you know these people. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I don't actually know you.
Yeah.
I don't know you at all.
Pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, pretty fucking weird.
Speaking of
pretty fucking weird.
Pretty fucking weird. Yes, actually. And social media shit. I don't know if we told the story before, but I'll tell it again because, that's what we do. There was one time, and this also, I got reminded of this because one of the times I thought I saw Wolf Tyler was maybe at a, what's the, EDC.
Yep.
So, me and Rick were leaving EDC. And we were trying to find a way back to the hotel. And this dude came up to me. He was a driver or some shit. He had a car. He came up to me and he's like, Tim. He had a subtle accent. It was a weird accent. I couldn't pinpoint where it was from. It was really subtle. Like, he spoke English fine, but it was a subtle accent. He's like, Tim, I'm such a fan. Asian dude. I'm like, thank you. He's like, I've been watching you from the very beginning. I'm like, thanks, man. Turns to Rick and says, and what's your name?
Oh.
No. He says, and who's this, your bodyguard? Sir.
Now, mind you, if you've been following since the quote-unquote beginning, you know who the fuck Rick is. Rick's literally been there from day one. So this dude was like, who is this, right? And I'm like, this is Rick. He's been in, like, he does my videos with me. And he was like, he asked if he was like a camera guy or director.
Oh my God. And he asked if he was help.
Yeah, bro. I was like, and I don't give a fuck if people recognize me or not. But how you gonna tell this man you're a huge fan and been watching since day one, and then ask me that shit? Stupid boy, lying ass,
fake ass.
Jeez,
so funny.
That's like everybody in the comments section still asking who the hell is the girl on the fucking podcast that's been here from the goddamn beginning. Yeah. Wow, she's pretty. Who is that? The fuck have you been?
I get, you know what?
It happens every episode.
I get mad. I get it's a little irritating because. And that's the thing. I gotta realize too. But just because they follow me, doesn't mean they watch everything. You know what I'm saying? But they really will jump in a random episode of No Chaser and be like, "Oh, who is that girl?
Who is that?"
I just don't understand the question because, like, I'm sure your name is there somewhere.
I introduced myself,
and literally before each episode, the opening says your name.
Yeah,
it says everybody's name.
And I look the same 3 years ago in the face, so it's not like a completely different person.
I don't know,
but
man.
Yeah, that is every episode. So hi guys, for those of you that don't know, my name is Nikki Blades and I've been here for 3 years now.
I mean, here's the thing.
Yo, who is Nikki
Blades?
Who is
Nikki Blades?
But also I gotta remind myself that we get new followers every day.
Well, thank you guys for following.
Motherfuckers will come in, every once in a while people be like, I'll drop something where I rap a little bit and they'll be like, oh, you rap? And I'm like, yes.
You should think about rapping for real.
Guys, I'm really good at it.
I was going to ask you, you've been super active on TikTok. And speaking of kind of like people getting to know you, how are you dealing with the TikTok space? Because that's another audience, a whole new audience. And I saw didn't you have to apologize?
No, I didn't apologize.
Okay.
I addressed, I'll give you the whole thing. I posted a clip of me and David's podcast that went viral on TikTok. I'm talking about 12 million views. Got me like 200,000 new followers in like 2 days. I'm like, this shit's crazy.
TikTok is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Once something hits that For You algorithm, it's crazy, right? So, but But not gonna lie, I only addressed this one. It was only a few different people making this comment. I addressed it only to piggyback off the
Okay.
because I knew a piggyback follow-up question was gonna get more.
But it's a very TikTok thing to do, to get called out for saying something and then having to issue an apology. I was like, oh, welcome to TikTok. His first apology video.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, me and David addressed the topic that I've addressed so many times that we've addressed on this podcast, just saying like, if you on the internet commenting on a girl's stretch marks and cellulite, then you probably don't deal with women in real life. You know what I'm saying? And so that shit went kind of crazy. And just because there's also that whole pushback on like men with podcasts now always talking shit about women.
It's a whole section.
So I can't wait till they start finding shit I've said over here.
But you've also preached that good shit on here.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I mean, y'all can't win. But
so what David said was like, these guys have never run into real women, and in the context of what we were saying like women in real life. You know what I'm saying? But of course, there was like a handful of girls who were like, so you're saying because I don't have stretch marks, I'm not a real woman? You got to stop using the term real women. I'm like, come on, bro. But,
I know, y'all are annoying.
There was no reason to even address that because whenever one girl said that, there was like 30 other girls who were like, that's not the point of what I'm saying, right?
You don't know how to pick up on context.
But I addressed it just to be like, let me just get some more views off this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was so interesting because people were also accusing of being like, what makes you think they're not just saying that just to like simp and sound woke or whatever? I'm like, guys, literally we're just saying we like fat asses and we know that if a girl has a fat ass, she's gonna have to cellulite. Like that's literally it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can't do shit.
No, you can't. You cannot. You're always gonna piss someone off. I was thinking about that this morning with, you can't make everyone happy. And most of the time when people are making a comment, it's about a specific person. Yeah. It's never really the whole population of people or like that specific, gender. Yeah. Most of the time you're talking about one person and then some rando gets offended because they think it's about them. And it's like, no, I don't know you. Sorry you're offended by something that has nothing to do with you. You might need to reevaluate why you're upset right now.
Yeah. Because like when you think about that, that's some girl saying, wait, I don't have stretch marks.
I know.
Am I not a real woman? What?
It's like I wasn't talking to you. It's
just because my body looks photoshopped. I'm not a real woman,
bitch.
She's fucking in the mirror pulling on herself to stretch so she can get stretched.
She's drawing on fucking cellulite.
Fuck, yeah. So mad at
this. Oh my god.
Yeah, man. But TikTok is a different beast. It's crazy. It's the growth is crazy because I already I'm a few followers away from having the same amount of followers on TikTok than I do on Instagram. And it's like, I've been stuck on Instagram at one number for like 3 years.
Man.
But TikTok they follow and they don't unfollow. They don't care how many people they follow. They love the content. Anytime I'll see somebody, I don't even look at the rest of their videos. I'll see someone on my For You page and be like, oh, that's dope, follow. Because I'm just going to assume that you're going to be making content like that. But on Instagram, growth is damn near impossible. I've been stuck on the same number for fucking years.
Unless you collaborate with someone you don't like,
But then they'll follow you and then unfollow. I swear every day there's like growth and then ungrowth.
I think, the difference is there's a big thing on TikTok of like, this is just like a diarrhea of content. Who gives a fuck what's,
right.
It's all just there. Instagram, there's this whole like, there needs to be an aesthetic, even in terms of how many people you follow. You don't want to look like you follow too many people.
Or like, do you actually know these people in real life?
Yeah, it's like all these things,
Yeah, I think TikTok was smart with that though, that For You page.
The way
you open it goes to the For You page, not your following page.
Yeah.
So you never even see the people you're following.
Unless you
sometimes.
like actually go.
Yeah, you have to go over to that other side, the following. So it's always something new.
Yeah.
And you could just follow without being like overwhelmed with the same person a million times.
Instagram really fucked up its algorithm with being so shop focused, like wanting to push for people to go shopping on there, which is cool, but now it's just taking people off the platform because we're sitting here going like, damn, I used to really like Instagram. Like that's still my go-to, but it forced everybody to look the fucking same. I followed a bunch of girls on I have like one of my other accounts for my fashion stuff. And I'm like, damn, everybody looks the same, but that's how you get follows. And it's weird because you'll just see people fitting into this mold to get the numbers because they know that's the only way they're going to get any sort of growth. But on TikTok, you just be like, funny cat.
Right.
He's hilarious. Oh, I like what they're talking. Oh, psychology. Ooh, relationships. Ooh, cooking. It's really insane how many different things you can
it's
follow.
It's also crazy how like Instagram, they're trying so much to keep up with TikTok that they're really moving away from like, pictures. I feel like they're pushing their reels out a lot. And it's like, damn, bruh, like I used to really like posting pictures on Instagram.
I would just like my content to be seen. But if you want to post a video on your page, it will say, do you want to post a video or do you want to post a reel? And underneath the reel part, it says, get more exposure and have your content seen. So you're forcing me now to post a reel in order just to have somebody see it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all the girls who started dating not hot photographers so they can get free images. Because it's like, now what you gonna do?
OnlyFans. That's now they're OnlyFans photographers.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy because Veda's getting old enough now that her pictures don't get as many likes as the baby pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be washed.
So she's washed.
Be making TikToks now. You're like, all right, baby, now be funny. Can you dance?
Tell her cut her hair or something.
Tell her to cut my hair.
No, cut her hair or something. Like you do something wild.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got to get a gimmick.
I'll just start making her try weird.
No. Oh, you can dress her up. There's these two little girls that get dressed all the time. Their parents put them in these cute ass matching outfits, dress them like adults, and it's adorable. Sure. You can dress Veda, get all the companies to endorse you. Have little outfits, and then you could do the transition videos.
Nah, there's always gonna be a way to exploit Veda.
We're all right.
She's like 6.
Then her
she's
time is
like,
up.
this doesn't fun anymore, Dad. What is this even for?
Oh, fuck. That's dark.
Aww.
And I'm like, Veda, you're gonna need braces because me and your mom's teeth are fucked up. Trust me, in 10 years, you're gonna need braces.
You're like, I'm gonna need this Fashion Nova bag, so I need you to put this on. We're gonna tag Fashion Nova.
Yeah, man. The game is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I do, but I'm not gonna lie. TikTok has also kind of inspired me to want to be creative on social media again. Like when I see like the fact that a little like, missing, like, fill in your verse challenge, open verse challenge is like really doing well. I'm like, oh man, like, all right, I actually want to write again to, do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually want to like, oh, okay, maybe the other day I was going to do something. I was like, I was actually playing with how to use TikTok. I have no idea how to use that shit. I'll be like, how does it's so funny. So when I posted my please don't text me when you're drunk, that one, fucking another OG influencer, a homie of mine, who's like, our age, right? He was like, dude, how did you I can't get my sound to work. I can't, what, for the life of me, I can't get the sound to work when I duet something. And I'm like, and I didn't even laugh because I was like, bro, it took me a fucking hour to figure it out.
God.
I was like, bro, let me tell you, here's what you do. Because I redid mine like 5 times, couldn't get the fucking sound to work. And then I told him, I was like, nah, see, you gotta plug in a thing and you gotta hit the little button, the microphone button. He was like, nah, I did that. I was like, nah, look, I sent him a screenshot, drew a little picture. And he was like, oh, I was like, dog, we old. I know.
But TikTok is the only place that a tutorial like that would do well because everybody would love that. Because
there's lots of old people on there.
There's a lot of old people on there.
Send it to Tay Diggs.
Oh my God, he's hilarious. But I love, you'll see all the like crazy ass transitions and then they're like, all right, you guys wanted to see how I do it? They screen record and then they show you how they do all the transitions. I'm like, you guys are so helpful.
See, that's crazy because it's crazy saying
we
I'm
gatekeep on
so
Instagram.
Old school with it that when I'm making a fucking TikTok with transitions, I import the footage onto my computer, open the shit in fucking iMovie, do the transition on iMovie, and then I don't know how to edit vertical videos on iMovie. I don't even know how I can. So I do it horizontal on iMovie, and then I export it to my phone, and then flip it on my phone so I can put it on TikTok.
Nah.
God.
Oh, fuck. I don't even want to start.
Speaking of being old, I was on set for this show the other day, which is set in the Bay Area.
Oh.
If you ever watch Blind Spotting,
Yeah.
on Stars, you should definitely watch next season because I'm on a couple episodes.
Oh, that's dope.
Which is lit. Yeah, thank you. And so first of all, let me tell this story. First of all, so I'm gonna tell my bamboozled email story. So I filmed one episode. It was lit because I've been doing mad auditions, and I finally booked a part on an episode of this show. Right? Thank you. So and it helps that I also have communicated with one of the writer producers of the show. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm finding helps a lot.
Communicated.
Like yeah. Suck that.
Who do I have to suck up to?
So shout out to so the main guys that produce the show is Rafael Casal, who's like, I've been following him since he used to do like Def Poetry Jam shit. This white dude, he's fucking dope, right? And then David Diggs of Hamilton and a bunch of shit, right? He plays fucking Jefferson and Lafayette, right? So, I auditioned for Blind Spotting, and I remembered, oh shit, me and Raphael follow each other. So I fucking DM'd him like, hey dog, audition for your show. He was like, which part? I was like, this one. And then I didn't get that part. But then another part for that show was an opportunity to audition for, and I'm reading it. It's like Southeast Asian, wants to be a rapper, fresh out of jail on house arrest. I'm like, did Raphael fucking write this part for me?
Part of
I'm
it.
like, if I don't get this shit, I'm gonna be pissed off. So I did the house arrest part. So I auditioned for it, and yes, I got the part, right?
Yay.
Lit. Thank you. So anyways, did the shit. It was funny. And then I'm like, but as you know, because we play roommates of the main character, but it was only one episode. So like we're joking around on set. We're like, man, I'd be lit if they like, made these characters like main characters, keep bringing us back, right? So needless to say, my agent's like, yo, Blind Spotting wants to bring you back for another episode. I'm like, oh, sick, right? I hit Rick. I'm like, son, they're bringing me back for another episode. It's lit. We do it. Yes. I'm celebrating, right?
We're excited.
We're hyped.
Yeah.
So then they sent me the script for that episode. I'm like, I open up the script. I'm like, oh, these are the exact same lines from last time. It's just it's a reshoot of the scene. God damn it. So I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. All right, that's cool. All right, fine. But then it was a mistake.
Oh.
So they send the script again the week we're supposed to shoot. It's a whole new episode. I'm like, yes!
Yay!
I see different dialogue. I'm like, yes, sick, tight, right? All the positive slang words. Slick, tight, cool,
Neato, dynamite,
Peachy
King,
cowabunga. And then, but I'm reading the script. It's just one line. But it's okay.
Oh, that
roller
explains the
coaster.
Instagram video. I mean, Instagram post.
Yes, the Instagram post was real. But it's but blessings.
Wow.
Still blessings on blessings.
Yeah.
So hey, Blind Spotting next season. Make sure y'all watch.
Yeah, super random. Just to let you know, when the playoffs were happening, we were recording one weekend, and I met a couple of the cast members
from
at this bar. And whenever you're rooting for the Warriors, everybody's looking around like, hey, where you from? Who you rooting for? They're like, I'm from the Bay. So we were talking, and they were getting ready. They just wrapped up filming.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool because it's like, oh, I do radio in the Bay Area. So everybody's talking. I was like, that was dope, because literally about a week later, so came across our desk talking about the show coming out, and it's based out in the Bay. And, anything in the Bay, we go crazy for it. A lot of support.
That show goes hard for the Bay.
Yes.
Bro. Like I'm talking about every's in like their wardrobe is a lot of like local Bay Area brands.
Yeah, a lot of rooted.
Shit.
And it's amazing.
But it's funny. Another funny thing about Raphael,
he's from Oakland, right?
Somewhere like that, yeah. So I get to say it with him. I'm like, hey man, yo, nice to finally link up and meet you, bro. Like, appreciate you having me on, blah blah blah. And then he daps me up. He's like, hey man, yeah, good to have you here, blah blah blah. And on the break, I'm like, dog, you know what's crazy is I've been following you since the Def Jam poetry days. And he's like, nah, bro, you know what's even crazier? You invited me to eat at your restaurant back in like 2006.
Damn.
He was like, nah, yeah, you reached out to me on like YouTube messaging or whatever. You reached out and you said you were a fan and you were doing YouTube shit and you reached out to come grub your family's spot. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, we've met before.
Oh my God.
I totally forgot. Like we had a whole conversation. I was like, oh. yo, and that's happened to me multiple times.
Yeah, you've you told multiple stories.
I mean,
like that.
But here's the thing,
You're
right?
the reason I don't approach people saying, "Hey, we know each other."
Right? You just do the.
I mean, but normally I do that. But this is the probably one out of a handful of times where I've been like, dog, good to. I'm like showing mad love, and I'm like, yo, so good to finally meet you, and they're like, what are you talking about?
You just heard, I do drugs. I do drugs and I drink a lot. That's I don't remember.
I low key did that recently with this girl. Not like on some. Oh, glad to finally meet you. It's just like it's crazy. After all these years of knowing each other, we never met, and she was quiet for a long time, and then replied with a picture of us. And I was like, oh yeah. No. I remember that. I did not remember that.
Yeah.
But like, she's like the homie too.
Damn.
I don't know how I don't remember that shit.
Whenever people are like, it's nice running into you again. It's like, oh, we met. Was I drunk? You're like, probably. I was like, it was a real blurry 5 years. So I'm.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
It also happened to me with Big Booty Alpha Cat. I was. I forgot.
That's still one of the best moments on this podcast.
Man.
I
can't believe you was unaware.
Big man, but so I guess I met him during his big man, but you know, because it was a time where I ran into him at a movie premiere, and I was like, dog, so good to finally meet you, blah blah blah. I feel like I know you, blah blah blah. And he was like, yo, we met at whatever. I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I need to take some fucking ginkgo biloba or some shit.
Ginkgo biloba.
That is, I don't know what that is.
Herbal ginseng.
Oh my god.
We getting old, man. But I guess I can't even blame it on being old because I've always been just like a forgetful person.
Yeah.
But here's what's fucked up, right? Not fucked up, but it's weird. I'll forget shit like that, but I'll remember like what I wore on like my first date with the girl I lost my virginity to. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
You have selective memory.
Yeah, maybe that's that too.
That's what you have.
I just
Party.
What was that?
not it. Cherry.
No.
Well, I'm looking for my earbud that fell at the beginning of the episode, and it's been bothering me the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when I heard a fart, but go ahead.
if like today it fell?
Yeah. Like when we first started
like
the
this-
episode,
oh,
and
like-
it's been bugging me the entire time.
Wow.
Wrap this shit up. You know?
Actually, how long? What are we at? How long is it? 45? Well, keep going.
Yeah, let's go. I'll just keep it together.
My earring back. I was taking off one of my tops and my earring fell off, and I lost the back of the earring.
hate
I
that.
cannot find it.
Bro.
I've looked everywhere. I don't know where it is. It's probably
Yeah.
gonna be.
Should have brought your dog in sniffing around. You know how them earring backs be disgustingly.
Stinky. Yeah. Dude, I lost my first screw back ever after
Oh.
years of making fun of this guy for doing it.
Yes.
And I cannot
Can't
find it. I vacuumed so many times.
Mhm.
I've been on the fucking floor just
Yeah.
doing this. Never
Oh,
found
but
it.
you didn't lose the diamond though?
No.
Oh,
See,
see,
just-
that's why I don't wear real diamonds because I would always
Definitely.
lose the backs,
Yeah.
even with the screws. And I probably told the story, but one time specifically, I bought my first pair of real little diamond stud earrings. And I was at some fucking club, and some girl I was dancing with was doing this shit on my ear. And the next thing I know, I'm like, yo, my dog.
She robbed you, dog.
Maybe she robbed me.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
She didn't know that was real.
She was doing this.
She was like,
Shit.
"That's so."
Yeah.
Got it.
I feel like it's kind of pointless to buy real diamond earrings now because people just assume everything's fake.
Yeah.
That is
So
true.
fuck.
Yeah.
Might as well be fake.
I mean, don't tell Chia, but her engagement.
I'm gonna wear these shits until I die because it was expensive. So
Yeah.
fuck all that.
Oh, those are your real ones?
Yeah.
I need some new fake ones actually because I lost my fake ones too. It's a struggle. It's a fucking struggle.
I'm not even wearing any earrings.
Man, weird.
Girl.
No, because I have to. Because I'm so used to wearing my headphones every morning.
Yeah.
When you wear your earrings, they stab you in the head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, hey guys. Hope you enjoyed another exciting episode of the No Chaser podcast. Hey, if my shoes dropped, my custom designed Air Maxes Year of the Tiger Air Maxes dropped in 4 different colorways. These are actually the orange ones, even though it's coming off like an orangey red. But there's a red, and there's a more like blackish one and a more blackish with whitish one. So if you like that and you got like $300 to $400 to spend on some custom Nikes, check it out. Go to thelabel318.com, and Goody Brand dropped a bunch of. We released these Tiger Thai, Muay Thai design T-shirts a couple months ago. They sold out, but we brought them back to coincide with the release of my new Air Maxes. So check that out. Different colors: orange, black, white, and you can go on the website.
And Superb Sportswear, my brand. Rick is rocking these. You can always use code BLADES and get a discount. I'm also dropping my first custom. It's going to be in this design, Strikers.
Ooh.
It's going to be spring forward. There's like baby blue, pink, green. It's real cute. You can check it out on my Instagram, but always code BLADES at superbsportswear.com.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all, bro, these shits are mad comfy.
Thank you.
Like comfy. And not like comfy because it's cheap. Like comfy because it's good quality. Because I got another pair that I run in, and I'm heavy.
And that makes me super excited because I don't even know when anybody's going to be wearing it, and that's awesome feedback. So yes, they're not.
And if you want to go extra rounds and last long in the bedroom, go bluechew.com/Tim to get.
We got HelloFresh, we got purple mattresses, we got coupon codes,
all that shit. We got shoes.
We got shoes.
Oh, sweet. We don't have to do ads now.
Let's go.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching No Cheese Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.